I love your coffee.
Do it for Christ. Only got one life. Got one shot at this, I gotta do it right. Yeah, I gotta do it right. Yeah, gotta do it right. Yeah. Do it for Christ. Only got one life. Got one shot at this, I gotta do it right. Yeah, I gotta do it right. Time to throw in the towel. I've been holding on this for a while.
Welcome,
everyone. It is Wealthy Marriage Wednesday.
It is. It's Wealthy Marriage Wednesday. This is my favorite day of the week. It's the most favoriteest time
The favoriteest
of the week. It's Wealthy Marriage Wednesday.
Yes, come on
What
in,
up?
y'all. Come on in.
How?
Now you gonna share, right?
You know I'm about to share. I'm not
You
even
gonna share
playing.
so people can come and join in with us and listen.
Dun,
Talk with us.
dun. I'm already shared.
You share? Oh, you share.
Welcome. Hey, I'm gonna tell you. Welcome. All right, so check it out. We're talking about how real estate really works today. I'm excited about it. And the reason why is because we get to be in here doing real estate together. And today we get to talk about it together.
Yes, we do.
All the wonderful things about it. But before we get too deep into the throes of things, talking about how real estate really works, because that's the topic of the day.
Yes.
Before we get into that, I know you're sharing.
Yes, I'm
But
sharing.
I think we should talk about this week, our week in real estate investing. Just in real estate. We got to talk about the ups and downs. Like today, we actually went to go look at probably three properties. We went to go look at three properties.
Yes.
They all happened to be on the same street, which was amazing. And they was the same style of house.
It was.
Oh man, it was amazing. I never really, well actually you probably have before, but to be able to do three at once, same style of house, same street, different price points. It was so wonderful.
And very interesting actually.
Yeah.
Because to see the range of the prices.
Yeah, to see the range of what people are asking for. So look, before we about to talk about a bunch of different stuff. Yeah. But we got to let you know, like go see some properties, go inside of these houses. Like, look, go into a bunch of them. Don't just make any assumptions. Go into a bunch of houses. So we went into 3 houses today.
Yeah.
All right. So house number one. House number one was supposed to be turnkey, move-in ready.
Yeah.
And so we go in there and it was turnkey for somebody, but it was trash. It was trash, man.
It was.
And so they wanted top dollar. So that was the one that was the most expensive out of all of them. It was 2 bedrooms, 1 bathroom.
And I couldn't see how they wanted what they wanted.
Not because it was busted. And then they had a bunch of little busted repairs. And so anytime you see stuff online that looks too good to be true, it might be. So make sure that you do your due diligence, go into the properties, take a look at it. Cheap repairs. That was a Then we went to property number 2.
Oh my goodness.
Right.
This one was in the worst shape of
it was in the worst shape. So we thought we was doing good until we walked in the bathroom and we saw the floor caving in. And
we saw
the ceiling was
the floor was wet. It was like,
why is it wet?
Why
we
is
thought it
it
was
wet?
toilet water, sink
and
water.
then we looked up. And there was no ceiling.
There was no ceiling. Yeah. So that was the no ceiling house.
Yeah.
And they wanted top dollar for that.
And the no have steps.
Yeah.
To have steps.
And so we went to the third house. And so the third one, I guess third one was a charm. But
it was.
That was an estate sale. And it just was nice. It was like whoever was living there did a good job
you would thought.
Taking care of the place, didn't need too much work.
Yeah.
And so we put in an offer at the price that made sense for us. Yes. So we'll let you all know what happened.
It's always fun to go to houses with John because some days I get to see him act like Spider-Man.
Yeah. I did a whole Spider-Man move. They got an attic up there, but they ain't had no stairs. And so I got a step ladder and then just kind of wiggled my way up into this attic to check it out.
Literally from the step ladder to the first real step to get in the attic, it was probably like 2.5 feet.
Right.
I was like, how's
I can just hear praying, Joy praying.
Yeah, look,
oh,
I was
Lord.
praying, I
Oh,
was
Lord,
looking
don't
like,
let him fall.
how's he gonna do that?
Right.
This is interesting. I was intrigued.
Yeah,
I
our
was so
insurance-
intrigued. I forgot to video.
I would say I don't even know if our insurance covers all that, but
Yeah.
I found my way up there.
Yeah.
And
it's way
but you
better.
got to go look inside the property. You got to look in the
Yeah.
basement. You got to look in the attic. You know,
Yeah.
check them out. You know, see what's going on,
Yeah.
and make sure that you're making good decisions. But
Yeah.
ultimately, you know, real estate is not hard. I promise you, it's not.
It's really not.
It's really not. I think that whole experience of us checking out 3 different houses took 45 minutes, to tell you the truth.
Yeah.
And so in 45 minutes, we was able to review 3 houses and make an offer.
Mhm. Yep.
And literally, I think we'll probably end up getting one of those.
Yeah.
And so to be able to do that, you have the same ability to do it.
Mhm.
And so we're gonna talk about it today. It's like
Yeah.
how real estate investing really works. We'll talk about some of the good stuff and some of the other stuff, but really, we wanted to talk about it. Our whole goal here
Yeah.
is to help demystify some things,
Mhm.
but then also is just to talk about some of the things of how and why it's so much better to do it together.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but we'll get to that, I guess. But today is really just talking about the 3 big pieces about how real estate really works. The 3 big pieces.
Yeah.
I mean, it's 3 pieces, and we're going to talk about those
All right.
today. And so let's get into it.
It's fine.
So first up, obviously, this is millionaire marriages. And
Yes.
so whenever we say millionaire marriages, don't be looking awesome. I want you to see our face when we say this. I want you to say millionaire. So you got to say it. Millionaire. There are 22 million millionaires where in the world?
Is it world or was it? No, it was in the United States.
In the United
I was like, wait a minute.
I love when you get confused.
I know.
All right, there's 22 million millionaires in the United States. In the US. That means in the United States, there's 22 million millionaires.
Yes.
Why is it that we can't be some of those?
We can.
We can't. Why is it that you can't? You can.
You can.
And so we believe that the quickest way to get there is working together
Yeah.
with your spouse. And then also, not only is it working together with your spouse, the quickest way to get there is working together with your spouse in real estate and in business. And
Yes.
so that is our desire, is that every single one and everybody who taps in is able to make an abundance of funds and do whatever you need to do so that you can fund all your dreams and fund all the things that God's got
Yes.
planned for your life.
Yes.
And we believe it's robust. So,
Yes.
but if you're looking, we got our books. And so if you're looking for opportunity to go through with your spouse on the books, you text this number 502-632-3005. We'll get you all some books. But
Mhm.
this is the big part before we can even tell you
Yes.
about this real estate piece, because we're talking about today
Mm.
what real estate investing is really all about.
Yeah.
Is that this is the one thing we got to get in our head, is that money
Mm.
lives on the other side of fear.
Yes. Like you gotta have that mindset shift. You gotta have it. You know, we just do. It's important. Like we had to go through that. Like we had to have our mind shifted to not feel like we're gonna lose the money and never get it back. Like we had to get rid of that negative relationship with money. And you know, we did. Once we changed, oh man, doors started opening. It changed our life.
I would say for me personally, you know, I know that I'm scared about a lot of different things, and money is one of them. I don't ever want to not have enough. And so a lot of times the thing that keep us from moving forward is like, I'm not wanting to do anything to put my family at risk. And I'm not wanting to do anything that's going to mess my grocery money up or my bill money up. Because if anybody has experienced a low on funds situation,
Well,
y'all put it in the chat if you ever spent a low on funds situation.
yes.
And you probably don't want to do it again. And so, but the fear of thinking that you have something to lose
Mhm.
is probably the biggest thing to overcome. But once we realize that real estate investing, that anyone can do it,
but not everyone will.
not everyone will.
Mhm.
And so of those 22 million millionaires in the United States, most of them, I'm telling you, like most of them,
Mhm.
most of those 22 million millionaires, they made their money through real estate
They
investing.
did.
I mean, through real estate in some capacity.
Yeah.
And so why is it that we wouldn't be intentional about it? And so it's a good opportunity to be intentional.
Mm-hmm.
And so anybody can do it. So if you ever thought about doing it and getting the scale, like let's say I wanted to get off my job, like a lot of times, like, hey, I don't want Joy to have to be on the job. That was like the biggest thing.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want Joy on the job. I just want to be able to, honestly, I'm gonna tell y'all for real. Somebody ain't gonna like me when I say it. I want full access. I mean, I don't want split access with the man. I don't even know that man. All I know is she come home complaining about some man that said something to her, and I can't do nothing about it. And then she all frustrated, stressed out. She just want to sit up with her feet out. I need some access. You messing up my quality time. You messing up my what's that? Social agenda. Social agenda all messed up, messing around with we used to call Mr. Charlie. I don't know if they call Mr. Charlie. But you know, whoever it is that you're going into work for, who messing up your disposition and your attitude. And these things, but anybody could do it. So that was the first thing we wanted to do. Was like, why are we working and on these different jobs and putting all of our financial future in somebody else's hands?
Yeah,
like literally, you know, no matter how well I was able to do in corporate, and I did really well.
Yeah,
is at any given moment the strategy could change, the thoughts will change. I just saw that on Humana. I said every time I look in the newspaper, every 6 months to a year, they'll say, "Oh, Humana about to lay off a bunch of people."
Yeah,
they'll even announce it ahead of time. This is about to be some layoffs coming.
That's stressful. Like,
it's stressful,
I can't even
man.
imagine.
It's stressful. Man.
I never had experienced that.
Yeah,
but I can't imagine how that would feel. I would hate for somebody to have that much control over
working in the plant
over me.
Yeah, you never know. You might get laid off and these different things for a couple of weeks, so we just gonna lay you off for 3 or 4 weeks, and that's challenging.
Yeah.
And so having a source of income that you have control over is just really critical to be able to have the opportunity to do that. And so,
and real estate will give you that.
And real estate will give it to you.
Yeah.
And so, you know, it's really this notion that building wealth through real estate is possible, but not just that it's possible. This is the piece right here. It's that
possible for you.
Yeah, it's that it's possible for you. And so understanding that is at that point, then there's no reason why we have to be hostages to our jobs or hostages to a bad situation or even a good situation.
Right.
Like sometimes we hostages to good jobs, like things that we like to do. But just because we like to do it and we enjoy it, we believe people appreciate us, doesn't mean that we should leave all of our eggs in that one basket.
Yeah, but sometimes you get hostage to comfortability. I don't know if I'm saying it right.
No, comfortability is good. I like what you said right there. You said it. I agree.
You know, but you know, you get so comfortable in that position with that paycheck, but sometimes you don't always have time for your family, especially if you're married, time for your kids. You missing all the stuff that they're involved with because you are at this job, but you're scared because you're comfortable, because that's your health insurance, all those things.
Your insurance.
I
would tell you right now, I ain't going nowhere and messing up these benefits. Yeah. Hey, you can take this, I can take a pay cut, but I ain't messing these benefits up.
Listen.
You already know. So I got my life insurance, my health insurance. Shoot, I got the doctor I like.
Yeah.
You think I'm gonna mess that up? Not my doctor.
Yeah.
I like going to my doctor.
So I think it's all those things.
All those different things.
Yes.
Yeah, but is it possible for you? I remember when people would talk about this stuff, and I'm telling you for a fact, this is not very many years ago. People would talk about doing real estate, and I wanted to do it, but I was literally too scared to even ask any questions or talk to anybody.
Yeah.
And then I didn't want to ask any questions, so I would go and like watch stuff on my own and just see if I was interested.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't even be courageous enough to tell anybody that's what something I was really wanting to do.
So you wouldn't even put it in the atmosphere.
I wouldn't even do it because it was something scary about it. Because I didn't really think it was possible for me.
Yeah.
And like even now, I gotta be honest with you, some days I don't even feel like this is a real thing. Like earlier today, I wasn't feeling good. And it was like, okay, so Joy said, well, just sleep in. And so I slept in. And then I got up and then we looked at a couple properties, did a couple things. And I got some more sleep. And then she took me and gave me something to eat and stuff like that. And I was like, man, how thankful am I that I don't have nobody to ask?
Right.
Like, I mean, I didn't have to call nobody and be like, no, I ain't going to make it to work today.
Yeah.
Or I'm not going to do this. It's like, you know, you got the ability to not feel well and recover, you know, and those sorts of things.
Absolutely.
And not feel bad about it. And it's not that that's some kind of amazing thing,
Mhm.
but to be at a reasonable age in life
Yeah.
and still a reasonably younger age in life and still be able to, have the time to be
Yeah.
able to take care of yourself and your family
Mhm.
is something that I don't take for granted. I really thank God for it. But honestly, being led to be in this real estate
Mhm.
arena is what helped us to be able to get to a point where we could have some of our time back
Yeah.
and to be able to have more options.
Yes.
And we really want to see the same thing for more couples,
we
because
do.
we hear people all the time in really rough situations.
Yeah.
And even this right here is couples been together for years.
Yeah.
I seen Matt Bevin. He was like the old governor. I was like, the governor getting divorced.
Yeah.
I was like, why are we getting divorced?
Yeah.
I mean, so we spend all our life making money and having all these successes and doing all this stuff. And then
Mhm.
you finally get to a point and now you're getting divorced.
Right.
And now you can't stand each other,
Right.
as opposed to getting a chance to work together every day.
Mhm.
And so if you have the ability to work together
Yes.
and to be able to do it in business and enjoy each other's company, enjoy
Yes.
time together, why wait until
Mhm.
you don't even know what's going to happen in the future?
Right.
And so
So
If-
if you all have the desire, you can reach out to us. We are Coach Joy and Coach John. And that's what we offer in our mentorship. Text the number 502-632-3005. And we'll be able to help you with that. At least
Yeah,
help you
just
talk
drop
to
us a
you,
text
just so
and
we can
we'll
talk.
talk to you and your loved one, if it's you and your wife, and
Yeah.
your wife, I mean, just however you want to do it. It's like, just get a chance to talk to somebody about your
Mhm.
future,
Right.
like what you got going on, and how can you expand that thought,
Yeah.
utilizing something you already in,
Right.
because you either paying your mortgage or you paying somebody else's mortgage.
Right. That means you already in real estate.
Because
What-
if you written, you're just paying somebody else's mortgage.
Right.
So you either gonna pay it yourself or you're gonna pay somebody else's.
Mhm.
But it's a good way. Book some time. Let's talk about it.
Yes.
But we really just came here today to talk about the 3 things. When we say keeping it real in real estate, what's the top 3 things? So
Ooh,
I want you to
go.
write this down.
Write it
Everybody, I
down.
want you to write this down. There's only
Write
3
it
things.
Damn.
And this is the stuff I'm telling you. It doesn't matter if you in our program. You ain't even got to get the program.
Right.
You ain't even got to sign up for nothing.
Mm.
We about to give you. If you do these, if you understand these 3 things well, you good.
Mhm.
And so anybody can do it, just like we were saying.
Yeah.
The first step, the first thing you want to understand in real estate is your criteria.
Yes.
The criteria is
You-
literally what you buy.
Yes.
You got taken the time to define what specifically you want. This
Yeah.
is for existing real estate
It
investors too.
is.
I wrote an article about this not long ago in the Kentuckiana Real Estate Investors Association
Mhm.
monthly newsletter. It's talking about criteria, because even existing investors and sometimes people who have a few properties, but they still mess this up. And this is not
Mhm.
just for people who haven't started yet.
That's right.
It's that not having a clear criteria.
Yeah.
We miss so many deals and so many opportunities
We
because
did.
we're slow. And the reason why we're slow to move is
Mhm.
because we don't have a defined criteria. Criteria is, what neighborhood do you want to invest?
Yeah.
It's not only what neighborhood you want to invest, but what type of house do you want?
Yeah.
Like if I'm looking for a brick ranch
Mhm.
house, and a ranch being a single level house
Yeah.
with 1 bathroom,
No
and
basement.
I'm looking for 1,000 square foot brick ranch house, and that's all I want.
No basement.
And I'm looking for one of those in a very specific neighborhood,
Yes.
inside of 1 or 2 zip codes.
Yeah.
Well, obviously,
Mm.
it's going to be easier for me to be able to know that property inside and out.
Right.
I'm going to know how they were built. I'm going to
Yeah.
know when they were built. I'm going to know how much it costs to fix them up.
That's
I'm
right.
going to know what's a good one for the yard.
Mhm.
I'm gonna know the neighborhood so well. Is this a flood zone? What about this side of the street? Is this the ratchet side of the street, or is this the nice, upstanding,
Listen.
old school homeowner
It's-
side?
Yeah.
Like, you're gonna know everything about these neighborhoods.
Block
You're gonna
by
know
block.
everything about the property because you got a specific criteria.
Yes.
Like if you out here looking for 6plexes, and then the next day you looking to do Airbnb, and then the next day
Mm.
we over here looking at duplexes,
Right.
and then the next day
You
we
looking to see
looking
your family
on the
home.
east end, and now we looking on the west end, And then next time we looking in Indiana over the bridge.
Right.
Next time we looking at Illinois because we heard they got the properties up there for the low.
Yeah.
And then before you know it, we so far all over the board that we've lost our competitive advantage. The number one competitive advantage that we have right here in your area, wherever your market is, wherever you're watching us from, is that the advantage you have over hedge funds who are buying up property in your area.
Oh my goodness.
The advantage that you have over other investors is you knowing your market better than anybody else.
Absolutely.
It's like, who's going to know how much the house across the street from you is worth better than you? Nobody. And so it's up to us to be able to define the criteria of what do we want. Do I want to do a rental? Do I want to flip some houses and make some cash? Like somebody says, I want to make 20, 30,000, whatever. I want to do a flip and I want to do it fast. Some other people are going to say, nah, just give me my few $100s a month.
Right.
Just give me enough of those.
Yeah.
And I'm going to be able to retire or feel more comfortable off of that. You know, and so really knowing how do you want to make money?
Right.
Some people want to make several thousand. They want to invest more and make more. Some people want to do more work and run an Airbnb, or they want to run some different things that they can put more active work into and get more cash back.
Right.
But if you don't know what you want, you're going to be all over the place.
Yeah. So your criteria is it's basically telling you what you're looking for, where you're looking for that. And so, you know, don't get so distracted by the pretty little, you know, John be like telling me, I get you like squirrel. Don't get this. Don't chase the squirrels.
Don't chase the squirrel.
Don't chase the squirrel.
Yeah, I'm like that too. Joy knows. She's the one who tells me all the time. I'll be looking on commercial properties out of nowhere. You gonna buy a warehouse, John? What the heck you gonna do with a warehouse?
Right.
I don't know. In the moment, it felt good.
Yeah.
But you know what we buy? We buy single family houses in the same working class zip codes.
Absolutely.
And we like them to be 2-bedroom or 3-bedroom, 1-bathroom houses. And we like them to be on the crawl space.
Yes, we do.
And we don't like to do a whole bunch of extra work if we don't have to.
That's right.
And so that's what we like for a rental house. And then we know when we want to flip a house, we know specifically what we're looking for. I'm looking in a broader area. I'm looking at a price point that can be sold for an affordable price point. So I want something that I can buy and sell for under $250,000 because we want a property that most people would be able to afford. Generally speaking, it wouldn't even be under 250, it'd be under 200. We like to be able to buy under 100 and we like to be able to sell under 200. And like that's our model. And so we know specifically what we're looking for and the amount of work that we like to do. But so we makes us dangerous. Like oftentimes we'll make offers on properties before we even see them because we already know we don't have to go inside because we know our criteria that well. And so whether you're a seasoned investor, whether you're a new investor, doesn't matter. Taking the time to define what you want is your criteria. So that's step number one.
Very critical.
How real estate really works. If you want to be successful, know specifically in great detail what you want. All right. So
it is key.
Criteria. All right. There's 3 steps and we already gave you one. What's the first one?
Criteria.
It's on the screen.
What you buy?
You
Is it what you buy?
It's open note. It's open note. All right, we're going to number 2.
Ooh, number 2 terms. How you buy.
How you buy. How you buy. Now this is the part right here that it's gonna not skillfully done. You know, because then it sounds kind of like skillful. I'm a skillfully done. But seriously, you can negotiate better terms. Negotiate is terms is all about. Every deal works. There's no property that is not possibly could work. But the issue is if you need to know how to create terms that work. Now, terms are not just price, but price is one of the terms. But price isn't the only term. A lot of times if somebody said, oh, well, this costs 100,000, this costs 150. Oh, there's no way.
Well,
you want 150? Forget you. I'm never paying 150. That's only worth 100. Well, to the skillful person who knows about terms, they would say, hold on, there's other things that we can negotiate to make this work.
Right.
Well, maybe I do give you $150,000,
Oh, really?
but how about you hold the note?
Oh.
And so then I give you $0 down, and then we make it a 0% interest. And then I'll just pay you the $150,000 over the course of 15 years.
Oh.
And so now you get paid consistently. So now that $150,000 isn't all crazy.
Well, that seems like some favorable terms.
That sounds favorable.
Yes.
And maybe it might actually make you win some deals that other people won't win.
That's right.
It's because you're saying, hey, I'll pay you your full amount plus a little bit more.
Yeah.
And so if we are familiar with terms, terms is us being able to negotiate the price, us being able to negotiate a down payment that works.
Oh, yeah.
You know, maybe I don't have a lot of cash.
Right.
So if I can close on a property for a small amount down, come on.
Okay.
Let's
get in
go.
there.
Get to the property.
Yeah.
If I can get a whole building for a little bit of money, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to buy a whole building for a little bit of money.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful thing. It's
yeah.
called terms.
Yeah.
I've literally seen people come to closing with like $500 and buy a whole house.
Yeah.
It's just ridiculous.
Yeah.
You shouldn't be able to do this stuff. And like a whole 150,000 plus that with coming with nothing. Just coming with a signature. And so here's what I'm telling you is that negotiate everything.
Yeah.
And so interest rate. John, it's a 10% interest. I ain't never buying nothing with no 10% interest. Interest rates used to be 3%. Stop. You worried about the wrong thing. Don't be worried about how much the interest rates are.
Right.
I don't care. I don't even look. I'm not worried about it. You know what I'm thinking about? How much are we going to make? We need to take that in. Not how much are you going to have to spend on interest, but how much are we fixing to make?
Right.
And so when we stop thinking about how much we got to spend and start thinking about how much we're going to make, that's when we're going to win. Because so now we're talking about these are the three keys. We're telling you these are the three things about how real estate really works. If you get these three things right, one is criteria. Knowing what you want. Number two is negotiating, being skillful at mastering those terms.
Yeah.
Have you all ever heard of subject to?
Oh,
y'all don't know subject to.
Subject to is a beautiful thing.
Oh man, subject to. That means that you can buy a house and take over the payments on somebody else's mortgage, or you can make them payments on seller financing, or you can negotiate with banks. You know, banks have ways that you can negotiate, that they have different loan products that are available, and you can find the ones that fit you best. Construction loans, they have all kind of different ways that you can structure terms that you can be favorable for you. And so if you want to win in real estate, have your criteria. Next up is understanding those terms. And here's the third one.
Oh, this is
by far.
One.
It should have been number one.
I think it should have been number one.
Yeah.
It is top 3 though. So your network, like who is helping you in real estate? So very important. Like so very important.
Yeah.
Oh
It's who's surrounding us in the process of being able to get these properties. It's like a lot of times when we look at real estate, it takes a good amount of people. So if you're a person who likes to talk to people or likes to form relationships with folks, real estate is a great business to do it.
It is.
It's because you're not doing all the stuff by yourself. There's somebody who does all the stuff. And so we're talking about relationships with realtors.
Yeah.
We're talking about, and realtors, you don't have to be a realtor to be an investor by any means.
You don't.
But you want to have relationships with lenders.
Yeah,
lenders, not just the bank you go to. You get to talk to all kind of banks all over the place who have different services, and they do different things.
Investors that want to give investors money.
Right. Matter of fact, they won't have jobs if they don't find you and give you loans to buy property. Then they won't have jobs. Yeah. Like, don't you want people to have jobs? Yeah. Don't you want them to? Seriously. Like literally, there's people out there. If they don't help you to invest, if they don't help you make money, then
don't
they won't have a job.
Yeah.
So you want to find those people. And it's also, so we're talking about lenders, people who will partner with you.
Yeah.
I literally had a call with somebody the other day. They was like, John, I want to partner with you.
Yeah.
I was like, partner on what? They
Right.
just wanted to partner.
Yeah.
And so people who also consultants,
Yeah.
people who will help you with things.
Yeah.
And then also insurance agents.
Oh yeah.
It ain't nothing like I got one of the
Man,
coldest insurance agents out there.
She goes hard in the paint, y'all.
Yeah. Anyway, y'all text us later if you're looking for insurance. Like, I'll put y'all on our insurance later. She pretty tough. Yeah, and then cleaning services. Like, who gonna clean up your stuff?
Right.
Like, you don't have to do all the stuff yourself. You can hire a cleaning service. Have some people. I know you know how to lay some flooring. I know you know how to put down the little click lock flooring with the little. You know, you did that bathroom, the kitchen that one time. You was all proud of yourself.
A little bit.
You know how to do it. But guess what? There's people who do flooring for a living.
Yes.
There's people who do carpentry for a living. I know you know how to cut grass.
Yeah.
I know you know how to edge it up real good with the, the weed whacker and all that, the trimmer. Mm-hmm. You know how to spray the stuff. But guess what? It's people who they not gonna eat and their kids ain't gonna eat unless you pay them.
Yeah. So your network is so important. Like you have people from property, we got property managers. Oh,
we got
goodness.
Even something. Here's something small. The appliance guy. Having a good appliance guy, a appliance lady, have an appliance person. They're gender neutral. I'm talking about appliance person. It don't even matter the gender.
It don't matter.
You know what I mean? It's like, look, you can get, you saving thousands of dollars, just by who you know, and you'll make millions of dollars based on who you know. Yeah. And that's why we're talking about this.
One thing I've heard where it says your network is your network.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a big part of it.
Yes,
is that you can be fine in real estate and do it all yourself, but you're going to go end up being real sad and lonely. Yeah, I guarantee. And then you're also going to end up overworked. And there's going to be times when you actually need people and you're not going to have it. And so, it's okay when you're just doing it at a small scale to do a bunch of stuff yourself. Yeah. But at some point, you're going to want your time back. Yeah. And at the point when you realize your time is infinitely more valuable than money, that's when you're really going to be wealthy. Absolutely. It's because you're going to spend all of your money so that you can buy more time. Yeah. And so that's literally the formula. Is those three things. This network is going to help you to buy your most important thing. Yes, it will. And that's buying your time. Yeah, that's buying the time. So your network, you got to create it and you make it strong. Make it strong. So we went over the 3 steps that are most important. What's number 1? We talked about criteria. We talked about terms. Yeah. And we talked about network. That's how real estate really works. Yes. It's those 3 things. Yeah. We're going to hit you with it one last time. It's your criteria. Knowing your criteria, very specifically what you want to buy, where you want to buy it, how much money you want to make. Not if you're going to make money.
How much you want to make.
How much do you want to make? Right. That's the first one. Number 2 is being able to negotiate, being skillful with the negotiations, negotiating everything, terms. Yes. It's not just price. Nope. It's not just interest rate. Those are just small things. Every deal can work if you know how to negotiate it right. That's right. And then also is your network. Who helps you? Who's helping you to move forward? It takes a whole village. It does. But guess what? That's the beautiful part. Is because if the village is working, that means that you get to enjoy the time with the people that you love the most. And so that's good. That's real good. That's good. That's real good. And so obviously, you're talking to 2 real estate coaches here. Yeah. I'm gonna tell you, I'm very excited about the team who's investing with us. Oh yeah. It's because to be able to see that team winning, to be able to see them taking action, it's exciting. And finding that they had more money than they ever thought that they had, being able to move forward in real estate investing and to be able to do it in a way that's going to help their family and generations to come. It makes me stinking proud. And so really who's up next? Yes. Who's going to be the next ones who are going to get on? Right. And so here's the story. It's right here. We want you to text us and we will set some time up with you to talk about your real estate future. Because ultimately, You know, don't just be a person who's over here talking about I'm finna get on in 2024
Right.
or in 20. I'm gonna do it eventually.
Look, the
I'm gonna
time
wait
is
till-
now.
Oh,
The time is now. Do it now.
I got some stuff I gotta work on real
Whew.
quick, and then I'm gonna go.
Yeah.
Don't be. Oh man, I almost
Uh-oh.
went there. I'm gonna start talking about the banquet.
Uh-oh.
I ain't gonna preach.
Don't
But
preach.
it's gonna be some people
You
under
can
the sound
preach.
of my voice who are being invited to the banquet
Yeah.
right now. And they're gonna say, nah, man, I got stuff to do. I gotta take care of some stuff. I gotta bury this person. I just got married. I just got this. I just done that.
Yeah.
And they're not gonna do it. And so now we're gonna have people drawn to us from all over the country, which is happening, who ain't part of this group,
Right.
who then gets the benefit of what we share.
Right.
And so be a person on the front line who gets the benefit.
Come on.
Text the number 502-632-3005. Let's talk real
Yes.
estate. Let's not only talk about real estate, let's talk about your future,
Yes.
how you can move forward
Mhm.
in real estate investing. And yes, we want to help you.
Yes.
And it's getting used to being in a place, man. I guess that Joey said that
Uh-oh.
time is up.
Time is up.
And so we just gonna say thank y'all. God bless you.
Thank you for joining.
This is your
tonight.
opportunity. Don't let 2024 slip by and you didn't get a bunch of properties.
Yeah.
It's because they going like hotcakes.
Oh, like hot cake.
I'm seeing more deals that's coming out right now.
Yeah.
Especially since it's cold outside.
Yeah.
People
Day
acting
by
on funny
day.
like they don't want to buy
Day
that.
by day, we seeing them.
I'm
And we
telling
out there looking.
I'm putting offers.
Yes.
And I'm buying. I'm not even looking. I'm
Offering.
doing. Yeah. And I suggest y'all do the doing also.
Yes.
And so this is your season. This is your time.
Yes, y'all.
You will have a blessed marriage. You will be
Yes.
blessed financially. And we are so thankful. And
Yes.
it's so much better together.
Yes, it is.
And so with that being said, many blessings to each of you.
Thank y'all. Thank you for joining. We'll see y'all next time.
Next time.